gotta get this cash. I gotta get this cash. I gotta get this money. I gotta get this money. I gotta get this cash. I gotta get this money.
Morning, truck buddies. Morning, truck buddies. Morning, truck buddies. Morning. Up in the morning, out of the rack. It's about 11:45. Checkout was 11 o'clock. So I'm getting up, poking around. It's like 9:45. Hear a knock on the damn door. I'm like, I know you ain't waiting for somebody to be checked out. Like, checkout is already early enough. Most normal good hotels, it's 12 o'clock checkout usually. And sometimes, if you got if you're a member, they let you get a late checkout. But either or, this close, do a Captain Morgan on them. Like, what do y'all want, man? It's like it's 9:45. I understand if it was 10:30, and you're checking to see if the room's empty, but damn, 9:45, that's like a whole hour, man. But anyway, so the weather has subsided, the snow has subsided. Came back to the truck cranked up with no problems. It usually does. But usually in the wintertime, TMC likes for you to treat the fuel when it's, I think, 20 degrees or lower. You need to treat the fuel and idle the truck at 15 degrees. That's company policy. That's not like, because what happens is the fuel gels up. A lot of places, sometimes that you get fuel from, it's not treated or it's not treated accordingly. That's why when you got a terminal in the wintertime, which it's totally slipped my mind, because one, I wasn't expecting to be in Pennsylvania. I was, in my mind, thought I was going to be heading somewhere south for Monday delivery. But all you got to do is sign for, you don't have to sign for, you just tell them your truck number, and you get a can of, you get a case of fuel treatment, diesel treatment, and the emergency stuff. You get the white bottles. Well, no, I think they use the Pilot brand now. But either or, you get some fuel treatment and you get the emergency stuff just in case. You just sign for a case of that and you have it on the truck. Like I said, not even thinking, I should have grabbed the case, because I'd have been good to go. But yeah, truck cranked up with no problems. Wasn't no big deal. But I'm just debating about what time I'm going to leave, because I kind of looked around. The place does have parking, kind of. It's like almost like a warehouse, but they do have some kind of, it's an open area. But the only thing is, I'm not sure if I'm going to get unloaded in the front or the back. Now the front looks like where they have the doors at, but it don't look like that it's that much room. I couldn't tell by Google. So I'll probably park in the back. In the morning, I'll walk up in the front and see where I have to be unloaded if nobody knocks on my door. So I'm just thinking about that. I've only got like 65 miles to go. So I'm not really debating about, worried about parking up. I'll probably poke around here for a little bit. But if I'm going to leave, I'm probably going to leave no later than 3. That means the temperature's above freezing. The roads are clear. I've already checked that out. I already verified my route. Like I said, you always want to look at 511 for whatever state you're in, especially like when it's inclement weather. And it'll tell you road closures, vehicle restrictions, and all that good stuff, and what you need to do if you got to chain up. If you got to chain up at TMC, you got to park it. If I'm not mistaken, the only way you can drive with chains, you got to get permission from safety, and you pretty much got to be a tenured driver. A tenure, T-E-N-U-R-E, not 10, T-E-N. A tenured driver to use your chains. But usually they say if you got to use chains, just park it. So it's just all about about you as a driver, what you want to do. Me personally, ain't that serious to me. That's why I made sure I stopped at a good little point to make sure, one, I've got facilities. 2, I can get food and whatnot, shower, and 3, I stop close enough. If the weather was too bad, I can leave out in the morning. Like I said, 65 miles ain't nothing. But I'm still deciding about what time I'm gonna leave today. I say it ain't no huge deal. I'm not in no huge hurry, But yeah, but you don't want to go the whole weekend. So, you're parked up. You're staying out for the weekend, and you're on your way. You decide to stay at the shipper over the weekend, or the customer. Man, don't do that. And I'm gonna tell you why. This is my personal opinion and my personal experience. Now, there's a couple times I've had to park at the customer through the weekend, and it sucks. Now, only reason why that happened was because I was in New York. My wife was riding with me at the time, and I got loaded late or something like that. Either I got loaded late or they had a crazy unload time and I didn't. And once I got unloaded, I was going to mess up my split or I was going to mess up my brake. So we just stayed right there. Luckily, it was like a little small little town. And we just went in and got a few groceries and was able to eat on the truck. But usually, you have no bathroom. You want to at least, get a shower through the weekend. You want to have, you want to get out of the truck, man. Like I said, that's why I said all else fails. One, at least park at the truck stop. You can get out the truck stop. You can get out the truck, go inside the truck stop, sit around, watch TV or whatnot for a little bit just to get out the damn truck. And two, just get a room for at least one night, just to get out the truck and stretch. That's just me. Everybody's budget is different, but like I said, 2 nights was like $150 at the Motel 6. I mean, it served the purpose. But like I said, man, don't go the whole weekend parked up at a customer, and you have no food or little to no food, and you just stuck there, So you kind of got to think about stuff like that. I know it might not bother them, but me personally, I can't do it. I won't do it, if I can avoid it. Now, if I could have, the city that I'm delivering in New Holland, now, if there was like something in the area to where I could walk to, I'll park up then, but just to park up the whole weekend, that's just crazy to me. I always, make sure, hey, dude, don't be flying through the parking lot, man. I don't get it, man. But I lost my train of thought just that quick. Yeah, you want to make sure you got amenities, man. You want to make sure you have something outside of the truck on the weekends, man, if you're not home, But yeah, I would have went to town, walked, did something, then came back to the truck. But there was nothing out in that area, so I just stayed right here in Carlisle. Now, I think we pick up somewhere in New Holland, and I think we've got insulation in Carlisle. But where I'm parked at or where I'm delivering, it's pretty close to Philly, so I'm not even going to assume where I'm going to go after that. In theory, should be south since I'm heading home this week. So, enough rambling. Hopefully everybody had an uneventful weekend and you're safe, you hunker down. I seen on YouTube where, they're talking about how, drivers are getting shut down on the interstate or getting shut down. That's when you have to now make sure you know where you're going and where you're at. Because when I was driving Friday before I stopped for the night, Pennsylvania had all their overhead boards saying, hey, vehicle restrictions at 12 o'clock. Vehicle restrictions at 12 o'clock. So you kind of got to have an idea of like, okay, I got X amount of miles, I've got X amount of time, and I need to be at this place. You got a backwards plan, man. Don't be feeling all sorry for yourself or be mad at DOT because the roads are shut down. They had a sign out there saying they're going to shut down at 12 o'clock or have vehicle restrictions. All right, so that's why I got to where I needed to be, shut it down Friday night, full weekend, and then we start again Sunday or Monday. That simple. But debating if I want Denny's for breakfast again, might wait. Need to grab something to go, and then see what time I'm going to head out. Like I said, it's not even 11 o'clock yet, so I'll know by, I guess, lunchtime if I'm going to leave or not. All right, truck buddies. See you on the next one. Now it's amazing you drive 60 miles and it's like night and day. But went ahead and left and got out of there, so I'll be ready to go in the morning. So I'm gonna get unloaded somewhere right here. If I was a betting man, I follow the signs to the back. And look just like it did on Google, surprisingly, but it's just a different company name. No big deal. Probably gonna stay right there. I'll back up a little bit, I'll be out the way. So all I gotta do is pull forward and get situated. Probably gonna do my straps tonight. I don't want them to refreeze. All right, I'll take most of my straps off. I don't want that stuff to refreeze on. It's gonna be hard to get off. Right now it's above freezing, so plenty of room. They start at 7. I looked on the door. Their dock hours from 7 to 3. On the dispatch it says 8. Okay, so I'll get up at 6, and I'm pretty sure by the time I get up, someone will be knocking on my door to tell me to move and tell me what I need to do. So that's pretty neat. New Holland, I didn't put 2 and 2 together because I'm kind of slow. Sometimes I had 2 concussions, but New Holland is a tractor company. I didn't even think nothing about it. I passed their plant. I was like, damn, that's, now it makes sense. New Holland tractors. So whatever, dumbass. So that's just a random rant. But I'll be getting unloaded somewhere here in the morning. So like I said, I just made the executive decision just to drive up here. Cause I don't want that stuff to refreeze on the road. It shouldn't, but hey, you never know. So I'm already here. All I gotta do is go there. It's chilly. You know, now push came to shove, if they didn't have parking and something was to happen, there's actually a Rudders that was 7 miles, probably about 10 miles back, that had truck parking. I think it was full, but I probably just would have made a spot. But yeah, man, kind of wondering where I'm going to head tomorrow. But shout out to all my truck buddies that reached out to me. That they was messaging or commenting on the videos. I got truck buddies that stay in the area. They said if I need anything, to hit them up, and I appreciate that. But it's like night and day compared to Carlisle and New Holland. It's about 65 miles between the two cities, and I guess they got some snow. But I knew that New Holland was on the outskirts of that blizzard warning or that snow warning. So on the way up here, I always, like, if you're not sure about parking, if you're not sure about the situation, you know, like 30, 40 miles out, 60 miles out, you can say 60 miles out, you know, start, you know, looking to where you might want to stop if you're not sure about the place. So say if you get here, and, you know, you're just eyeballing places, like, bam, got here, nowhere to park. Okay, cool, I can go back to that Rudders. It was 7 miles back. There's actually a pizzeria about 3/4 of a mile. So if I get hungry, I'm gonna look on Google and check out the reviews and see what they have. And I'll go over there, you know, watch the game if the game's on, and get a hot meal. Because I do have some food, but it's nothing hot. So that's about it, man. Hopefully it'll be an uneventful week. I'm already here. Oh, another thing I need to talk about. Anytime you're away from your truck, I always know you do your pre-trip. I didn't do a video of it. I should have did a video. But when I got back, especially when it's cold, before I got ready to start my clock, I walked around the trailer, you know, checked everything out. The right rear outer tire, rear axle, it was low. Now, it was flat, but it was still on the bead, it was still on the rim. So all I had to do was, you know, crank the truck up, hit the trailer air supply, and filled it back up. Double checked it before I left. Those are things that you want to check before you get on the road. Say it's like completely flat, or just like you had a blowout or something like that. You want to double check that stuff before you leave in the morning, or leave when you're done with your reset, because it'll save you a whole lot of headache and hassle. See, if I'd have started my clock, found my damn tire messed up and I couldn't fix it, I had to wait on road repair, send somebody out, and we already know that's going to be 2+ hours wait. It's called 3 hours at least, to somebody to get out to you and to get your tire fixed. That's why you always want to do your post trip when you stop for the night, to see you catch stuff like that. You know, when I had that blown tire, might have been Florida, I can't remember, but that's the stuff you want to check though. Morning, truck buddies. Airborne Trucker checking in from New Holland, Pennsylvania. So it already begins. So I go, so I went to the receiving door, or so that I thought. It said 7 to 3 or whatever the case might be, but it's a different company. So I just thought, this is the only door. So let me just knock on the door or walk in there and see what they say. So yeah, that's for next door. Yeah, our dock goes on to number 7, and it's like 4 more doors, which it is a big old building. So I'm like, this ain't good. He said, well, yeah, there's never nobody here until they get a delivery. It usually says on the paperwork, you know, call upon our arrival, or this, that, and the other. I'm like, yeah, I said, there's no number on there, but I'll find it, I'll give them a call. Now, the good thing is, one, their actual headquarters is like 3 miles down the road. So if I have to leave to get unloaded, it's 3-4 miles, ain't no big deal. It's like I got to go out, take a right, and then take a left, and right, and a left, and I'm there in 4 miles, less than 4 miles. So it ain't no big deal. But at the same time, yesterday, I was kind of thinking, I usually take some of my stuff off. I was like, I see where I have to get unloaded. I don't have to go that far, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my stuff off. And then something just said, nah, don't take it off just yet. So All I did was I just broke the straps. So if it would have got too cold, they wouldn't have been frozen on, which it didn't freeze last night, thank God. But I went ahead and unloosened the straps. So they're just loose. So by some crazy damn, for whatever reason, if I have to leave, all I gotta do is tighten my straps back up. Because for some reason, it just, something in the back of my mind was like, man, don't take those straps off just yet. And I'm glad I didn't, because I have to wait another 30 minutes till their main office opens up, and to see if anybody's gonna come over here and unload me. Because I walked down there, I walked to the front side also, and it's, of course, it's pitch black dark, and it's pretty dirty. So I don't think anybody, they just probably use it as a storage place, a storage facility, but it's not that big, so I don't know. But I'll find out here in maybe 30 minutes or so. I'm parked to where they can see me, so it's not like, you know, I'm just gonna be sitting here hanging out. But hey, I'm telling you, man, sometimes it's one of them things that it just happens. But at least I parked up, and I shouldn't have to leave to go anywhere. But like I said, if I have to, tighten my straps and roll out. Here we go.
1 hour later.
Just like that, finally unloaded. It's almost 10 o'clock. Now, another guy had pulled up about maybe 8 o'clock, give or take. So I just got the phone with the company. So I'm thinking he's got delivered to the same place I got delivered to. I said, hey, you know, did anybody answer the door? He was like, no. I said, okay. I said, well, somebody's on the way. I don't know how long it's going to take, but somebody will be here to unload us. Me not thinking nothing, I walk back to my truck. The guy pulls up that's going to unload us. I pretty much just pulled up like 10 feet out the way, because they don't have a dock on the backside. I didn't even pay that no attention. But he had to unload me right here, and he took one skid at a time. No big deal. So I was telling him, I said, hey, there's another truck right there. I guess he's waiting on you too. He's like, no, I'm just waiting on you. So, okay. So he goes up and talks to the guy. He said, hey, you know, you got a delivery for us. He said, you got one for Conestoga Woods? He said, yes. So he said, all right, so back up to the dock. So he gave him a door number. It's only 3 doors down there. And that guy had the hardest time backing into the dock. Now, it's nothing but space and opportunity. Literally, all he had to do was pull forward to the street and back up. Well, that took him about 10 minutes or so. Probably, I'm not exaggerating, you know. But, so he finally gets to the dock, gives the guys paperwork. He's like, no, it goes right there. And they got a door right here. So, when you're in a situation like that, you got to make sure, 1, you double check the address, and 2, make sure you just double check and look around, see if there's anywhere else to get unloaded. Like I said, I just assumed he was getting unloaded at the same place, or I would have told him, hey, the door's right there. They start at 7 o'clock, you know. So I guess he was on the phone talking to somebody, but like I said, he finally got situated. He backed in right to where that UPS truck is. You know, he got situated in the back there and got unloaded. It took him longer to back up than to get unloaded. So now we wait for a dispatch. It's gonna be interesting to see where I head next. Situations like this is why you don't send your empty in, you know, the night before or first thing in the morning, or just anything can happen between you getting unloaded and being unloaded. All right, anything can happen. That's why I didn't take my tarps off and my straps off yet, because I wasn't sure if I had to move, go 4 miles down the road or something like that. So when in doubt, just wait. Ain't no big deal. I mean, I didn't lose any time. You know, I was already here. So I got unloaded. that took about, I don't know what time it got started, but it was all good. So now I'm waiting. I sent my fleet manager a message. Was like, hey, I appreciate you letting me play in the snow this weekend. You know, with me being from Florida, I really do appreciate that. And I'm being sarcastic. So we both laughed at that. But just gonna wait to see how long it takes to get something. Because one, usually like on Monday, when stuff's kind of slow, you want to be the first one unloaded to make sure you get something. But at the same time, you know, sometimes it's hit or miss getting a good load because, like I say, depending on where you at, if TMC has a contract somewhere and they need to get, 20 trucks of insulation or whatever, the first 20 people that are unloaded, that's what you get. That's just, that's just how that is. So you just wait, man. You just wait your turn, man. You're going to get what you're going to get. So now I see they're going back. They're going back to the headquarters. Guy unloaded me and just took off. I ain't mad at him. But that wasn't too long though. I mean, even though it says 8 o'clock, I didn't have to wait too long. Sometimes you just gotta be patient, man. Just a lot of things are gonna be out of your control. Like I said, a lot of things are gonna be perfect, biscuits and gravy, and sometimes it's gonna be a soup sandwich. So that's why I'm kind of glad I also parked up here last night. Just after pulling up Google Earth. Oh, if you can't get map view on you do Google Maps, I just learned this probably yesterday. If you don't have Google Earth, download Google Earth. You download Google Earth and then you put the address in. And you put the address in, I think there's like a little icon you click. You click on the icon, it highlights the route blue, and you can click on that part and you can see, where you can't get it on Google Maps, you can get it on Google Earth. I think it's pretty neat. So that's how I knew I could go around the whole building, and where I seen the other door at, because from the street view on Google Maps, you can't see it. It's just one big building. That's why I was like, damn, this is kind of odd. But after walking here last night, when I got here and walked around to the building, there's another door in the very end. So that's pretty neat. I'm probably, if I remember, I'll put a little description right there to tell you what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you don't have Google Earth, man, it'll save you a lot of headaches, man. Google Earth, and I mean, it's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty decent, man. It's pretty solid. It kind of give you a roundabout estimate about where you're at and what you're looking at. See you on the next one.